Snake.
Especially when he's looking, you know, it's difficult to deal with that kind of pressure with those buttons when your opponent is sitting down looking as fresh as Akito is right now. You know?
Akito always looking fresh.
Got the fire both in and out of game.
Interesting that we see Game 1 on Smashville. There's a lot of debate on where you would want to take Snake Game 1, especially if you're both banning, which they probably did. But, you know, Snake obviously gets so much coverage on the center platform, but if he does overextend, obviously Chrom can do the same thing.
This could be a very exciting match, though, because we see, I mean, you probably already noticed, as a viewer at this point, if you're not blinded by Snake Hate, the Akito moves pretty quick. He's got all kinds of movement with his B reverses and his grenades that he's kind of just dropping them and then going in, right? And making some stuff happen. And Lunchables a very movement-based player as well, so we see a lot of both of these players very, very fast, very agile.
Never a dull moment. They both like to actually play the game. I mean, Akito, if y'all have watched like any collegiate tournaments at any majors, you've probably seen Akito and the rest of the UTD guys winning most of those. And Akito's a huge part of that.
And Lunchables, having played PM for many years, very experienced against Snake, actually has some of the best item play and grenade play in general out of any player I've seen.
I mean, you saw especially like at the start, and any time that Akito tries to land on that platform, Lunchables is very careful about how he approaches a Snake with grenade in hand, and he just scared Akito into killing himself.
That is tragic. Scared to death. Ooh, but there we go. One good C4 explosion begets another.
Yeah, even though the first one was
admittedly
pretty horrible.
It was good for somebody.
Well, you know,
good for Lunchables.
This is what Full Metal Alchemist is about, right?
Yeah, equivalent exchange.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
You get the idea.
Yeah. Right now, the equivalent exchange is rocking with the grenades, too. Trades all around, but Akito's the one looking like he's losing out right now because Lunchables has got all the damage in the first place. Now he's going to wait for that air dodge, but he mistimes that forward tilt.
Going for this jab pressure. Snake has some decent out of shield options, but there's not like a forward-facing one that is fast. Like his dare is fast, but it doesn't get that distance quickly.
It's also why I don't agree with Lunchables the way that he did those 2 jabs on shield and then did a back air. That's usually designed to cover somebody jumping out of the corner, which is something that a lot of people do in this game, but Snake is not going to jump out of shield a lot. However, that Cypher is slow enough that Lunchables is going to just go ahead and whop that Cypher and get himself a kill.
Oh, yeah. And being able to consistently beat out Cypher, which I guess Roy probably would not be able to do with his weak hits, is going to be important in the matchup. Oh, that was a great timing. There's nothing really that Lunchables could do about that situation.
Nice, but like you said, he's played against Snake before. The mortar hasn't changed, and that super armor is a big boon for him, but Akito just calls out the approach.
That was actually a really gutsy up tilt. If he whiffs that, whiffing up tilt completely would be like a jab free or a down tilt, something that puts him back off stage, but he hard read that Lunchables was dashing in, not even swinging a sword, but he read that Lunchables was running in with the grab, because otherwise that up tilt covers nothing else.
I think Akito's going to try to get Lunchables to go into that C4, but he was so focused on himself that Lunchables just caught that landing big.
Right, and Akito pulled the grenade. He was definitely anticipating maybe a swing on the way down, trying to cover himself still, but that forward smash reaches so high up, he was able to swing with that big hit and still catch just the legs.
I mean, it is a massive, massive hitbox.
Throwing out that fishing pole.
I was about to say, I always appreciate how that animation looks like he is casting a fishing rod.
Absolutely. Went fishing, and he found exactly what he was looking for, and it's called Game 1.
And that's the thing, is that Lunchables really wasn't fishing in that game at all. He never made his game plan obvious to Akito. Very fluid in his movement and hard to lock down.
See if Akito can make the necessary adjustments here. And again, these are stages that Lunchables still enjoys. PS2 is one of his favorite stages just as a player, but also Chrom really does not mind having all of this space to move around.
I want to point out, that was a really great ledge trap there from Lunchables where Akito is coming up with the Cypher. A lot of people say, oh, Snake doesn't snap ledge, I can hit him. But if he drops that Cypher early, that Cypher's going to hit you and then he gets back on stage for free. But Lunchables just shields that. I think he actually spot dodged it and then picked up the end of that. It's really nice for him. And now, already just going to go straight through the Snake and get another ledge trap set up.
Okay, he uses the Nair, try to immediately hit that initial get up, but he doesn't quite find it. Still, though, chases the roll.
I've never seen this before, and it's a bold strategy.
He wants to chase.
And I don't blame him. Oh, parry, but Akito, that may have been a buffer dash away, actually. Otherwise, there's no reason like not to up tilt there.
Right. Okay, jab doesn't quite connect into the back air. A little bit slow on that one.
See, Akito's just trying to use these grenades to buy himself space to go back into center, but Lunchables is doing such a good job of holding this down and not letting Akito establish any movement. And look at him just call out that landing.
And I think the cool thing about that move, particularly using up smash to cover that landing, is it's such a thin move that you can definitely use it to aim and avoid around the grenade if you know what side it's on.
There we go, Akito, though, finding an opening finally to set up for this ledge trap, but Lunchables not going to let that Nikita put on any sort of damage.
It doesn't spin it back around to try to cover that particular spot right there, which would have covered like an air dodge.
That'll do it. Yeah. Definitely. A lot of both of these guys are really covering that neutral getup a lot.
Okay, back throw. That could be big. Sets up the up smash. Oh, the forward air doesn't come out with a spike. Might have even, with good DI from Lunchables, not sent off stage, but still could have been a big with a bounce.
Yeah, a lot of setups you can get off of that right there, but Akito gonna detonate that C4 so he can have another one ready for the landing. You can see that that is, yeah, that's definitely a big part of his landing game plan. He wants to have that available to him.
There we go, and Akito was playing from behind for a little bit, but definitely applied a lot of really quick pressure. I love the immediate jump cypher to get out of the back throw situation.
Oh my gosh, and that grenade comes in.
There we go, now Akito taking the second stock here. Small lead, but grenade puts himself in a juggle situation. Lunchables did not see that C4.
Oh, and it's tough to sometimes. Grenade goes up, but the air burst doesn't catch Akito. He's all of a sudden looking like he is firmly in control of this game, too.
So at 145, could definitely drop a stock at almost any moment, but Lunchables has to be really careful how he approaches it. Has grenade. And there's not quite going to do it. Oh, lands on the grenade. He wasn't paying attention to this. I was paying attention to the C4, but not the grenade.
Yeah.
Gonna be an up throw?
Yeah, not quite gonna do it. Snake is heavy.
Snake is heavy, but the up air catches him on the way down. Lunchables sitting at 74, not quite at kill percents yet for Snake, but scary nonetheless. The back throw could send him up a really bad spot. This as well. And that's Nikita's definitely going to do it. Slam right into him, trying to jump over the situation.
Yeah, Akito was like, look, I mean, if he goes to ledge, I'm not going to hit this Nikita anyways, so I might as well cover him jumping straight onto the stage and then turn it off if he goes to the ledge. And he got him point blank.
Exactly. And then I was saying the back throw, forward tilt as well, just sends really far off stage really quickly. Going to set up that kind of a situation where if you can pull out Nikita, you can take this.
Yeah.
At a very early percent.
That's the big thing, is that Akito, I think, was having a lot more success, weirdly, on like the ledge guards rather than the ledge traps, specifically because, you know, like you said, Lunchables knows how to fight against a Snake. We haven't seen him struggle with the up smashes at ledge at all. I don't think I've seen him get hit by one, aside from the time that he air dodged on stage.
And I think that was just misspacing, because we've seen him thread the needle on him before. So, going to Town and City. It's basically Kroi's best stage.
Yeah. Akito makes this back, obviously. Snake has an infinite recovery.
Of course.
Yeah. Unless he's at like 150 and kills himself with C4.
Or C4's on stage.
That's true. But Akito, like I mentioned, like he normally likes to have that on hand. But right now, he's definitely got himself in the lead. Just using these grenades really intelligently to set up for trades. And that right there, too, notice that Lunchables picked one up. It's more damage.
Man, and his movement has still been nice, but Lunchables finally finds his footing on the ground. Now it's his turn. Great immediate double forward tilt. He recognized that Lunchables whiffs there.
I think Akito may have needed to maneuver that Nikita a little. It's
so hard.
Yeah, it's hard, man. But he needed to maneuver that a little bit more upwards right there. Just keep it going slow against the Chrom. All right, that up air. Gonna get Lunchables a little bit set up, but he doesn't pay attention to the C4.
Yeah, that slight extra distance on the ceiling is pretty helpful.
Well, Akito really is just trying to call out one of these approaches like he did earlier with that up tilt, but Lunchables is going to be the one to pick up that first stock.
Catches Akito jumping, and you said that the Snakes don't love jumping all the time, but Akito, or specifically our shield, but Akito in neutral will definitely go for those to try to set up B-reverse grenades and other fun stuff.
Right now, it just really seems like anytime Lunchables gets disadvantage, he has a really hard time establishing a single presence back onto stage. Like that right there, even once he got back into center, Akito knew that he just needed to wait for the action afterwards.
Yeah. And Lunchables was definitely moving around, definitely specifically looking for that grab, trying to avoid it by constantly pressing a button and moving into space. Makes it really hard for the opponent to grab you, but one missed opportunity is going to put you in a bad spot. Tech chase.
Perfect coverage by Lunchables right there. And I like the way that he did that up air, too, because even if he misses that, you saw that Akito just ended up on the very edge of that platform. You don't want to be there.
Oof. Tried to jump up and catch, but he unfortunately jumped too high. Watch out for the grenade. Second one comes for the pressure. Akito taking all the stage for himself. Now Lunchables on the back foot.
Ooh, seriously, just continuing to hold forward against the Snake. Wants to use that platform as a treadmill to get closer, but instead he's going to find himself getting knocked into that grenade.
Okay. Is able to recover. It's been a really awkward spot by that dash attack. Watch out for the C4.
Did everything in his power just to not get hit, first and foremost. He has a grenade in hand. Shield pressure. They both roll back behind each other.
Gonna try to catch this landing. How does Akito mix it up?
Wow.
Tries to go for that B-reverse. Lunchables just dashes to center stage, controlling it, and goes for that fishing line. Forward smash cleans it up. Man. Nice early use of that recovery.
That's still getting by that up smash perfectly. Notice C4 at last second. Lunchables looking really well set up right now at the ledge.
Down tilt catches the get up.
Oh, glancing blow!
Misses that forward, the neutral air.
Okay, up air just to get that damage on. Won't break Cypher, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Lunchables, even once he takes that stage control, he immediately wants to go right back towards Akito. Does get him killed on the anti-air, and we're down to last stock.
All right, Lunchables probably looking for a falling up air kind of situation there. Akito called him out for the empty landing.
So Akito noticed that Lunchables was so worried about the grenades that he just ran right under him, took control of stage, like you said, then very aggressively using those grenade traps to just seize it back from Lunchables. But he's in danger right now. The air dodges at the wrong time, he could be dead, and Lunchables barely mistimes that forward smash, but we'll do it again.
Punishes neutral get up with a grab, grenade. Playing hot potato. Hot potato.
My least favorite Mario Party game being played in front of my eyes.
Ooh. And now Akito's still sitting at 134. Snake is definitely a character who has capabilities to make those comebacks, but great movement from Lunchables made it really hard. Again, Snake landing is one of the harder things for the character. He does have a lot of mix-up opportunities with the grenades, but if you're cognizant of it, you space yourself around it well, and you have a big sword, that goes a long way in helping with that kind of process. Lunchables was able to kind of cut off some of his movement options and force him into a scenario where even if he does go for the reverse, he's going to land somewhere in the range of my big sword.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to see more Lunchables and a company later. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to get back to you with more Super Ultimate Shockwave 51 Super